Hey everybody, how are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Welcome to your daily message. If you're new to my channel, my name is Sadie. I'm really happy to have you here. We're gonna see what your guides want you to know at this time. And when I say this time, I mean whenever you come across this message, okay? The word is daily, right? Obviously, but I set the intention that whenever you see this, whatever day you do see this, it'll be right just in time for you, right? So let's get a message for you and see what your guides want you to know. What messages do you have for this collective? Spirit guides, ancestors. What messages do you have for them? Okay. What messages? Okay. We have, sorry guys, we have forgive yourself. And it says, forgiveness isn't for others, it's for you. Free yourself from guilt and shame. We have embrace healing. Healing is a journey, not a destination. Trust the process and know that every step brings you closer to peace. And we have understand soulmate lessons. Soulmates come to teach us. Embrace the lessons they bring, even if they're hard to swallow. And then at the bottom we have soften your armor. Sorry. It says what was once protected, you may now be holding you back. Yeah. What was once you may now be holding you back. Oh my God. I feel like Mercury came in to retrograde me. What was once protected? Oh my God. It's not me, it's the card. Okay. So what was once protected you now may be holding you back. Let your heart breathe without defense. This is so interesting. What was once protected you? Wow. Okay. All right. That's what it says. But I understand what it is trying to say. That's interesting. That chewed me up just now, guys. So sorry. All right. So I'm getting something about a breakup, right? And when I say breakup, I mean not only romantic breakups, I mean, because soulmates to me is friendships, it's family relationships, it's soulmates within a work situation. So your soulmate is also the work you do, whether you believe it or not. That is my core belief. And so I'm getting something about a breakup. So you apply it to your situation. But something about this breakup was a catalyst to the current, I'm hearing pain and fatigue. So that's interesting. Those are the two words that came through. Pain and fatigue that you're actually experiencing now. Some of you feel like you contribute to this situation in some way. So let's say it's a relationship. Maybe you felt like you couldn't let them in, or you couldn't let yourself be your true self, or you kept inviting energies into your life that was the opposite of what you needed. And so they hurt you, or they did something to you. Somehow you feel like you asked for this, or you were involved in this. And I'm here to say that you were, right? And I don't mean that in a way of like bad person, oh, you're so bad for like, no, this means that you invited this soulmate into your life from a past life, a past contract. You decided that this was the experience that you needed to experience at this time for whatever evolution that you're about to experience or that you're currently going through, right? Because this is about evolving, right? Life, that's what life is. And so some of you have been recently, I'm getting the word cheated on, okay? Some of you have been going through something that is meant to evolve you. So this breakup, this fracture, this disconnect yes, you participated in it, right? And you even asked for it, but it is not meant to do harm, it's meant to do good, right? And I'm always reminded of that quote with this soften your armor card, is that when we harden ourselves, yeah, we keep the bad things out, but we also keep the good things out, right? And so we have to be mindful of that hard shell, that hard armor that we put on, because we neglect to remember that we also keeping great things from coming into our lives. And I don't only mean relationships, even though relationships is the most abundant currency we have in this lifetime. That is my core belief. It's not money. It's not a bigger home. It's not any of that. For me, it's health, and for me, it's relationships. Those are the two pillars of abundance for me. And if you have an abundance of those things, especially the relationship with yourself, then you are rich in my eyes. And I see people who don't have much and have amazing relationships with themselves and with others, and I'm like, they are so freaking rich. And I think Spirit is leading me in that way, because I feel like that's what Spirit wants you to be rich in at this time. They want you to be rich in your relationship with yourself. And the reason why I'm getting that too is because this woman is like standing here alone, looks like she's about to do some yoga, okay? She's about to get her stretch on. I feel like this is about the relationship you have with yourself. They want your relationship with yourself to be more abundant. I also think this forgive yourself, like this situation that broke up or whatever happened, this was meant to like show you the relationship you have with yourself is the most important thing you can have. And right, and like it's like you keep wanting something from outside of you to soften you. You're like, okay, let's say if you're a divine feminine trying to attract a divine masculine into your life, you think, if I find this man, you know, it's the right man that's going to soften me if he makes me feel safe. And the truth is that like that power doesn't exist outside of you. Like, yes, people can come into our lives and make us feel safer, but they cannot make us feel safe, right? And they can't give us what we don't have in ourselves, right? And so I think you need to abandon that idea and start looking at yourself as your safe haven, and try to understand yourself through these different experiences. So neglect the thing of blaming and people blaming and man bashing and woman bashing and this bashing. That is such a waste of energy. Your guides want you to focus on the relationship with yourself and the relationship you have with others. This is where your abundance is coming from currently. Okay? So let's pull some tarot. What can you tell us about this? What can you tell us about this breakdown, this breakup? Swear, guys. What can you tell us? Okay, 6 of Cups. A lot of Cups energy. So, woo. I feel like that one wants to come out too. So we have the Queen of Cups that came out first, and then the 6 of Cups. The Knight of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, the 4 of Swords, the King of Pentacles. Yeah, something broke. The Knight of Swords at the bottom. Something happened. This could even be, like I said, soulmates are anything, right, that we signed up for in a past life. And so this could be where you had to leave a parent style behind. A parent style with yourself, a parent style with your kid. right? Or parent style with your parents, right? Like maybe you had to abandon a way of being and how they would raise you, or how you potentially were raising your children. There was a breakdown. Okay, I'm getting a breakdown in communication. I'm getting like you had to leave a situation behind. There's a lot of court cards here. So this could be involving a few people. This could be involving a set of friends or whatever. Like, take it as it resonates. This also could involve a boss, a partnership, a business partnership that you were in. Whatever this breakup was, or whatever this situation is, with the Knight of Cups, I'm getting that you're meant to carry the lesson from it. Like, you're meant to use it. Okay, so they're illustrating something really funny to me, but okay. What I'm seeing is like taking, let's look at your lessons as ingredients, okay? And when I say lessons, I mean all the hard shit you've been through. So all the lessons, let's gather them on this table and let's look at them, right? And they want you to take only what you need to make you better. So there's a whole lot of lessons on this table right now. Let's just see that. Imagine that in your third eyes. A whole lot of lessons. Money lessons, breakups, third party situations, neglecting yourself, abandoning yourself. All these lessons are here on this table, and I feel like the Knight of Cups is saying only take what will make you better. Do not take all these lessons and start carrying them as this form of victimhood and baggage, as in poor me. This is you're meant to take what's needed and leave the rest. Like we say as tarot readers on YouTube, right? Like, take what's needed, leave the rest here with us if it doesn't resonate. And I feel like that's what's happening here. I think a lot of you have been taking remnants of your childhood, of a parent style. Maybe you grew up in a household where you saw something that you took on, and it kind of fell into how you have been, right? Like, that's sometimes unavoidable, right? Like, we all grab things from our childhood and we take it with us for good or bad. And then we realize, hopefully, some of us, not everybody, realize like, oh, that's no longer working. That was never working. Even back then it wasn't working, but it was a style that we learned. And, what do? We copy the people we grew up with, right? We copy the people who raised us. But I feel like you're meant to leave something behind and take only a few things. And take, maybe for some of you, like one thing. Anything else with this message for this collective? Yeah, you see the Seven of Cups, the Hermit at the bottom. This is about learning, like, lessons. Okay, this reading is about, like, don't get too caught up in like the negative part of this. This is meant to be, that's a sideshow. What the main show is that there's something that Spirit, your guides, want you to learn and utilize it to better yourself, okay? To soften yourself. They're saying like there's a lot of love that is meant to come into your life, into your awareness, but you are rock solid right now. And I think you think the solution is to never do that again. I'm never falling in love again. I'm never letting someone in again. And that's not the solution. That is horrible. I remember telling a friend a while ago, like, she was saying how she F love, F this, F that. And I was like, what a pity that would be, that person would continue to win. Years later, you will go the rest of your life saying F love, and that will be the last relationship you experience. Like, they, not only will they win, because it's really not about the other person, but you would go on, and that would be the last taste of love you, quote unquote, that you've experienced. And that's the taste you leave in your mouth about love. That is not love. That wasn't love, right? Clearly. So your guides want you to experience this, whatever love, and I mean all types of love, on a deeper level. But it can only occur if you soften yourself, if you allow it to happen, if you break those walls down. And I think a lot of you are living in your emotions, and that's normal. But there's something about, it's only helpful though to live in our emotions when we are working on our emotional well-being. If we're just in it because we want to wallow in it, we want to feel bad, we want things to gossip about, we want things to feel bad about, we want reasons to not get out of bed, then it's unuseful. And I feel like with the Hermit here, you're meant to like learn, take what you've learned. See how, again, you have all these choices. What I said about the table being full of things, you're only meant to take one cup, okay? Right? One cup, the Knight of Cups right here. One cup, and learn and like grow from it. Not to stay in it, not to abandon the rest of your life and have these negative emotions. Spirit is like you, it's done. It's done. It's done. Right? So final messages for this collective. What else do you want them to know? I just heard the name Deanna, or a name that starts with a D in general. Diane, maybe? I don't know. Anything else for this collective? Okay. I feel like that was it. Yeah. That's interesting. It says, purify your heart. Let go of lingering pain and make space for joy. Your heart deserves to feel light again. You can't make it up, even if you try. There's over 70 cards in this deck. So that's interesting. At the bottom, we have face the consequences. Your actions ripple beyond the moment. Stand in your truth, accept what follows, and let it guide your growth. So again, this goes back to you feeling like you contribute to this, right? You facing up to that part of it, knowing that you've requested this experience. Possibly by by your past contracts that you signed up for before you got here, but also by your actions, by your maybe deciding to not look at something or to avoid or whatever. Your actions, all the actions, good and bad actions, led you to this. And it's not meant to harm. Again, they're saying that it's meant to grow you. It's meant to further your evolution. And this is around your emotions. This is around your heart. This is around your healing. They want you healed because they're planning on bringing someone new in. They're planning to bring new people in. They're planning to bring new experiences in. And they don't want you to be in this hardened position and then you miss the opportunity, okay? So lighten up a bit. Take what you need from that situation, from that breakup, from that breakdown, whatever that was, whatever that disillusion is. Because I feel like I'm literally seeing someone rip a contract, like paper ripping. And so they want you to take what you need from that, but leave everything else there in the past where it belongs, and soften you a little bit, soften yourself, purify your heart, like it says. All right. So those are your messages. I hope that it helped, and I will see you on the next one. Take care, guys. Bye.